Congratulations to Teresa and Matt. Also, the Dawn Rowing Club, of course, the home of the two athletes who are, well, we have multiple, of course, athletes racing for Canada at Junior Worlds, but the two athletes in the junior women's pair that are racing there, both from Dawn, trained together all spring, went through selection, made the pair, made today the A final. So that's really exciting for their club and, of course, for those two athletes.
It's going to be an exciting day of racing tomorrow, not just here, but internationally. So we've got lots to report on tomorrow, I'm sure. Looks like quite a big spread in the field here in the under 23 men's quad. These gentlemen are racing for the Captain Charles E. Hooper Memorial Trophy. Charles Hooper was a faithful and tireless worker on behalf of rowing. He served as captain of the Westside Rowing Club in Buffalo in 1937 and was on the 1949 U.S. National Regatta Committee. Good shot there of Vesper, looking very strong. They row, of course, on Boathouse Row in Philadelphia. What I'm noticing about their sculling is their catches are just so quick as they get in and on very quickly. You notice there's not a lot of, again, we talk about the upper body movement. Doesn't look like they're working very hard. We know that they're certainly putting in a lot of work to get their bow out, just slightly ahead of the St. Catharines crew on our close side in lane 2.
And then, of course, Dawn still in the mix. So some tight racing here between first and third, and Crescent trying to hang on, not get dropped behind like the rest of the field seems to have so far. St. Catharines, I think that was maybe a seat or two down on Vesper as they crossed the halfway mark in the men's under 23 quad.
I wouldn't count out Dawn Rowing Club. Absolutely. We have the stroke seat there. Matt Pimenter raced for Ontario at the 2017 Canada Summer Games with two-seat Marcus Doyle. The two of them are familiar from rowing together at the University of Western Ontario.
And of course, Coach Ian Wilson out of the Hanlon Boat Club. He is a local. He was a long-time face here at the St. Catharines Rowing Club, one of my first coaches here. Does an excellent job. Of course, Hanlon perhaps not so much in the mix in this race, but a really strong perennial contender with those athletes, not only in this race, but in a bunch of other races throughout the rest of the day and all week.
Certainly becoming a three-boat race for first here. We've got Vesper out on the far side, Dawn coming through the middle, and St. Catharines charging up on our close side as we pan through at the 1,500-meter mark. This could be where the real race starts to begin. Let's see who separates themselves as they come into the last 500 meters of the race. Conditions are moderate. They're not great. They're not, not dead flat. They're not that windy. I think it's really anybody's race. But Vesper looking like they're separating themselves bow to stern with Dawn, and St. Catharines not giving up the charge either. Vesper looking to hang on to the lead as they've probably started their sprint already as they try and bring home gold in the men's under 23 quad.
Yeah, so by my watch, Vesper about 4 seconds ahead, and then about 2 seconds between, when Vesper passed until when St. Catharines passed in third. So definitely becoming Vesper's race to lose at this point in the last 500 meters of this race. We'll see if Dawn or St. Catharines, the two Canadian crews that are trying to push up, can kind of close that gap in the last 500 meters.
Absolutely. 2 seconds, over 500 meters is doable for sure. So let's see what happens as they approach the red buoys. These athletes, again, they would have started a sprint or a move or a push before that 1,500-meter pylon with more than 500 meters to go. With 250 meters here left in the race, they are trying to go all out. So their stroke rate comes up. You might see a little bit of their technical rowing might
dissipate?
It might a little bit as they try and just get every last little bit of strength out and put it on the blades and try and bring home a Henley Gold.
Yeah, Vesper does look like they're a little rushed. It can be, I think, difficult right now. None of the crews are directly beside each other. There's a lane in between each. So they might get the sense that there is someone else that they're racing, sprinting against neck and neck, but they won't quite have the feel. And it does look like as we draw to the line, it is going to be Vesper holding on to take Henley Gold in the men's under 23 quad. They certainly seem to think they took it. Well done to those athletes in a really tight race.
That's Charles Kuntz Campbell Cole, Sam Lindsay, and James McCullough. I know we'll see Campbell Cole and Sam Lindsay again, at least in one other event today. I know I've seen that name on or both those names on the draw elsewhere.
They are just thrilled. Look at that. Slamming the water, hands in the air. I'm sure those athletes put in a lot of time over the winter, spring, and of course the whole rest of the summer leading up to this. So good job to those athletes.
Awesome to see these guys congratulating their competitors, giving a wave or a thumbs up. That's definitely what this sport's all about. Really nice sportsmanship. So congratulations unofficially to Vesper in lane 6 of the under 23 men's quad in a time of 6:30.39, 3 seconds ahead of Dawn Rowing Club and St. Catharines Rowing Club coming through in third place.